your thoughts.
I thought both teams played incredibly hard. I mean, obviously, anytime you have many points, the ball's going back and forth, down the field, and that happened tonight.
What's your explanation for what's going on defensively? With
Need to play. Need to play. We need guys to play. Probably the most two immediate things you could do is go watch the film to learn from it, and then get in there and back squat and build a little more butt and legs. And we got to find a way to get older some way. I don't know what that is, but that's what we got to force to the surface, And you have a good number of those guys that are. And we started a freshman tonight on the back end, and a good number of those sophomores that are in there too. And if that's who we're going to play with, and we're lucky to play with, those guys are laying it on the line. We just got to get them physically to come along. Especially, you look pretty much here on out. We're going to play against older, bigger, gray in the beard teams. We just got to grow.
Positively on the offense, Liam Zarka.
He played his ass off.
Did you anticipate that? Obviously, you've seen him, but only in practice. Seeing him in this kind of game situation, really getting it rolling, did you know that was what that skill set entailed?
There's some things that he did. I thought the thing that he did so well tonight was just the poise of operating motions and having guys in the right spot, because we did do a bunch of different formations tonight, probably as many as we've ever done, and he handled that really, really well.
Coach, this is maybe the most explosive offense I think I've seen since I've been here. Is Liam going to be the guy moving forward?
I don't know that. Josh was hurt, and we'll see. Cos feels like he just told me he thinks we'll have him this week. So as we go forward, we'll see where that is. And hopefully I got somewhat of an idea as you get to the middle of the week.
From your perspective, what's working so well with the offensive execution right now?
Well, I thought we did a great job with the ball tonight, right? The ball handling, being strong with the ball and being able to deliver a ball on time, which means there are probably some good things up front happening. Now, there were a key conversion on the fourth down in the first half. That was a key play. You got the ball at midfield, and it's 4th and 1.5. And if you get a conversion there, you just are able to have a little more initiative, throughout the rest of the game, and we got to convert there.
We talked a little bit about Dylan Riley this week and his explosiveness for Boise State. What did you see from him firsthand that led to those big plays?
Well, I do think if you go down through that offensive line, how many of those guys either fifth-year guys or they have a 6 beside their name? That matters. I think anytime you have 23 or 24-year-olds going against guys that probably there were a good number of snaps out there tonight, guys were still in their teens that were playing on the other side of the ball. That helps, and they're good. Give credit where it's due. I thought they zipped some throws, and the tight ends are good too, and that helps backs also, but they also made some good runs. We can get guys to the dirt better, and that's what we have to do.
And you obviously had both of the strong safeties on the injury report, so there was a sense that Max Mustel might need to play. When did you know he was going to need to go?
I don't know if there's an exact time frame. Obviously, we tried to get him as many snaps as we could during the week, and for a guy that's a freshman that, 4 months ago was, he was still in high school. And he's going through basic training, and he's got to wait a little bit to kind of get into the football part of it, just because there are obligations that you have here, and he'll learn and grow. He will.
Coach, obviously I know there's things that you want to fix, but given how well your team has played so far, is your expectation that you're pretty close to turning these losses into wins down the stretch?
It's not. I think the most important thing we have to do, you look back to last week, the ball security part of it, where we got to be sharper and better. And tonight, just we got to be even more stout, where we get some harder interior yards out of our offense, and defensively, to thump better.
Offensively, you guys had things rolling tonight, and I hate to talk to you guys about another guy, but what did you guys see from Liam Zarka and what he was able to do and bring to the offense?
Played a hell of a game, and that's how we all want to play, is just at our top 100%, down after down. And the fact we got a young guy doing that, especially at quarterback, he's special, and he's going to keep making plays for us this year.
Yeah, I'm so proud of the way he played and the steps that he's been able to make through these past like 3 or 4 weeks, whatever it is. I'm excited for him to see where he keeps this thing going.
Before having seen him in a real full game like this, did you know this was what he was capable of doing?
Absolutely. We know how talented all our guys are, and it's just you need to give them some space to blossom, and he certainly has proved it tonight.
All right, yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, 100%.
And then, what? I guess there was a lot to like on the offense. Your run early, all that. Like, do you guys feel like you're where you need to be on that side of the ball? Like, where can you go to help this team get wins when you're already doing this?
I think we're taking steps in the right direction for sure. But we're going to watch this film and see a lot of things that we could have done better, and that we're going to have to get ready for next week. We got a tough team coming in again, but we're definitely making strides in the right direction. We just got to clean it up.
You can blame it on one side of the ball, but that's not it. It's all of us. If all of us are working, we get wins, and that's what we needed. For example, I didn't convert 4th down. We had an interception. We had to settle for a field goal. It's all of us. You can never blame one person for our failure.
That said, given the grit and the fight you guys you've shown the last couple of weeks, how close are you to flipping that switch and having these games become wins?
It's right there. College football is a razor-thin margin of error, and we just gotta close the gap even more. And once we get there, we're gonna start stacking wins because we're a talented team and we have the ability to run the table.
You guys were both at Hawaii and 2 years ago. You both key players at that point. Like, what do you remember about that, and how is that going to kind of fuel preparation for this week?
Sucked. That was a point in the season where we really needed to win, and we didn't get it. And so we're definitely have a chip on our shoulder when they come in here, and we're going to get it back for sure.
Felt like it was starting to fall apart when we got at that point, that we just couldn't click it, even though we started off the season 8-0. And we wanted to turn around, but unfortunately we didn't. But we know this year it's different, and we got the kids, we got the scheme, we just got to go.
Coach Calhoun talks a lot about the age of the defense and just the value of getting snaps. Like, as the guys out there doing this kind of for the first time, full time, like, can you explain what it's like to see an offense like Boise State while you're still kind of acclimated to college football to an extent?
Yeah, I think they made it into the playoffs last year. They won the Mountain West. They're a really good team, and it goes to show what they're capable of, and they're a very good team. But we practice and prepare every single week with the same intensity. Like, our guys on scout and the guys that are giving us a look are college football players too. They're giving us great looks, and there's obviously a stark difference. No discredit to Boise State, but we get a good look every week, and we're pretty consistent with how we're preparing.
Do you feel like there's maybe that we can't see that the defense is closer than maybe it appears to turning this corner and getting this squared away?
Yeah, to be completely honest, we're one guy away on all those big plays. One guy away from doing the right job. One guy away from making a play. We just gotta be better. We should never lose a game when our offense puts up 37 points.
Yeah. So on that note, but you guys have got a good defensive scheme. You got good players. I mean, how close are you to, you think, just turning that page and getting that stop when you need it?
Yep. It comes with experience, especially for the young guys. But like I said, we're one guy away. We're going to attack practice this week, and we're going to work like we always do. But we've got to communicate better. We've got to talk on the field, and we have to do our job at the end of the day. That's really what it is.
How do you avoid becoming frustrated? 2 weeks in a row, it's kind of gone like this. How does that not snowball just internally?
We said at the start of the season, our goal was to go 1-0 every week. We're going to fix things that need to be fixed, but at the end of the day, we're not going to look in the past. We're going to keep pushing forward and go 1-0 every week, because 2 losses doesn't define the rest of the season. We've got a lot of games left to play.
I think too, it's really easy to look back at last year and look at Blake and myself and realize that we were young guys last year, right? We got thrown in the fire early in the season, late in the season, back and forth, on and off, and we were those young guys at one point, right? So it helps you not get frustrated when you understand that they're not in it alone. Like, you were there last year, 2 years ago, whether it's Peyton Zadroik, who's been here for a long time, he was at that point at some time in his career. And so I think that helps us too.
And, last year, early in the season, the offense struggled for quite a while, and the defense was kind of doing what it could to keep the team afloat. Now that things are kind of reversed, like, having seen the other side of that, does that impact the team dynamic and the way you guys interact with each other and just the way you try to build as a whole team?
Coach Calhoun said it best in this post-game speech. We win as a team, and we lose as a team. Defense obviously has to step up their game. We should never lose a game when we put up 37 points, but at the end of the day, we're going to win as a team and lose as a team, and there's not going to be that animosity between the two sides of the ball.